What does it mean that Jesus is the image of God? We cannot take this question for granted and say, well, it is written in Colossians 1 verse number 15. We must strive to clarify it. One of my followers made a very interesting comment about this question. He said, God is not invincible, but absent. And he made his explanation. What is your interpretation of Colossians 1 verse number 15? What does Jesus, being the image of God, mean to you? Let us dive into it. The concept of the spiritual realm versus physical realm is crucial for Christians to understand the scriptures. Hence, we are going to look briefly on these concepts. The Bible teaches that there are both material and immaterial dimension to existence, and these realms interact. Throughout the Bible, there are references to spiritual truth, and this goes far beyond the physical realm. The Apostle Paul often emphasizes on the contrast between the seen and the unseen. In 2 Corinthians chapter number 4 verse number 18, he states, while we do not look at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporary, but the things which are not seen are eternal. In the book of Genesis, we see how God created the universe. That includes the earth, heaven, and all living creatures. This account underscores the material aspect of creation. The pinnacle of the interaction between the physical realm and the spiritual realm is evident in the incarnation of Jesus Christ. The Word became flesh in John 1 verse number 1, and God entered the human history in the person of Jesus Christ in the book of Philippians 2 verse number 5 to 11. Before coming into the physical realm in the person of Jesus Christ, God was and is and will be eternal throughout in the spiritual realm. This is why Jesus could accurately say, most assuredly I say to you, before Abraham was, I am. Furthermore, John 17 verse number 5 says, and now, O Father, glorify me together with yourself, with the glory which I had with you before the world was. Before the world was refers to the physical realm, which is temporary. Jesus existed eternally in the spiritual realm. Now, returning to our question, what does it mean that Jesus is the image of the invisible God? Invisible means that something that cannot be seen, according to Oxford Dictionary. Therefore, God, who is spirit, according to John 4 verse number 24, cannot be seen, making him an invisible God. This very invisible God chose to enter the physical realm in the person of Jesus Christ, who is visible to the creation. This is the mystery of godliness. And without controversy, great is the mystery of godliness. God was manifested in the flesh, justified in the spirit, seen by angels, preached among the Gentiles, believed on in the world, received up in glory. On the other hand, the Oxford Dictionary define an image as a visual representation of something. So, when Jesus arrived on the physical realm, he became the brightness of God's glory and an express image of God's person. When an invisible God was revealed in the physical realm, that is on earth, he became visible in the person of Jesus Christ. Understanding these concepts help us grasp verses such as John 10 verse number 80, when Jesus said, I and my Father are one. The Jews shows their understanding of what Jesus said by their response in verse number 33. The Jews said, "For a good work we do not stone you, but for blasphemy, because you, being a man, make yourself God." Unlike Philip at the time, we can now comprehend Jesus' words when Jesus said, "He who has seen me has seen the Father." So how can you say, "Show us the Father"? This is because Jesus is the image of the invisible God. Until next time, God bless you.